Hello, everyone. How are you, most amazing, beautiful souls out there? Well, this message is a little strong, but I want you to really listen and listen with your wise self, not yourself that's been conditioned, your not self that has codependency or an attachment to care what others think. This information is to help you, the listener, heal yourself. It is somewhat about jumping out of the medical care matrix so that you have a chance at a happy, healthy life. Because if you continue on your way, you're going to end up with cardiac issues, cardio issues, uh, blood pressure issues, cholesterol issues, thyroid issues, and a very toxic person, and eventually manifest cancer in your body if you combine parasites and an acidic diet with that eating style that is so prevalent in America today. So please understand, it is with the greatest amount of love, the greatest amount of respect for your well-being that this information is released and told to you. It is something that I have talked about many, many years. I mean, way back when I had the holistic college in Denver, Colorado, when we were teaching skincare. So, the side effect is you're going to look prettier and you're going to be healthier. So please get a pen and paper and pause this video if you need to, and come back and get ready to write these things down. So these are suggestions when you need to have healing or miracles in your life, because this is the groundwork or the framework or the operating system like you have on your computer or your cell phones. It's the operating system that allows you to get outside of the matrix and actually manage your life yourself. Unless you are a person who thinks you're totally incompetent and capable of handling your life, maybe you are. And if you want to turn it over to the insurance companies or to other doctors or to surgeons or that sort of thing, then, turn the video off, save yourself a few more minutes of your life and don't watch this. Because this is a framework that I have had my clients who came to the detox centers from the time I worked in St. George on. So 1989, after the death experience, and where I received this information when I was in heaven. Remember, I had the death experience and went and met my maker on the other side and saw what it takes to heal, what it takes to survive planet Earth as it is right now. And the more toxic it gets, the more this information is relevant. So let's begin. I'm very happy to know, though, that a lot of this information is starting to go mainstream. I'm seeing a lot more doctors that are becoming popular, functional medicine, chiropractors, naturopaths, picking up on this information and having the courage and the wisdom to put that out and hold your hand as you go through it. I'm no longer available for that. My materials, my research, my intellectual property is probably going to be sold very soon. So with that being said, here we go. It is your personal responsibility, not your doctor's, to keep you sick or to keep you well. Excuse me. They can keep you sick, though, and they will. It's not your parents' fault. It's not your neighbor's fault. It's not your spouse's fault. It's yours if you're sick, because you control your fork. You control what goes into your mouth. Okay? You have that power. Own it, express it, take responsibility for it, and do the best you can, okay? The same goes with your life, your living conditions, your environment. Everything that you're saying and that you're arguing with, oh, but Dr. Copeland, I don't have enough money to live in a nice house like you have, or I can't afford to buy gluten-free food like you do. When you make up your mind to not abandon yourself, the way and the means for you to get healthy will show up. That's all. That's the crux of health right there. So if you can afford to pay insurance, even if it's state aid that you're getting, you can afford to get healthy. It is there for all of you. Maybe there's some bits and pieces in here, but it is available to you. But you do have to, one, advocate for yourself, and two, make up your mind, make up your heart, gather your willpower together and create a life for yourself that's actually healing. Jump out of that toxic Monsanto, Bayer, Johnson & Johnson, matrix, that it gets you locked into a cycle. Every prescription out there has side effects, and then you have to treat the side effects. But you know what? Eating this way, living this way doesn't have any side effects except you're going to heal, and you're going to see miracles in your life. Because since 1988, I've been helping people with this program, and I have seen nothing but miracles in my life. Okay? So I've had thousands of success stories out there. So here we go. To avoid toxicity and toxic relationships, that is the most paramount thing to health and happiness. Yes, I know they're your parents. Yes, I know they're family, but here's the deal. Family are who shows up for you and uplifts you. I have an incredibly toxic family. Pedophiles, sugar addicts, cancer, high cholesterol, arthritis, overweight, thyroid conditions, you name it. I don't consider them my family anymore. I consider them my relatives. They're blood, they're DNA, but they're not my family because I get attacked. Now, let me tell you, if I can live a happy, healthy, productive life without that level of toxicity in my life, I know you can. Because I was orphaned at a month old, and I don't think there's anybody who wanted a family, a mother, a father, sisters, brothers, a husband more than me. I wanted a place to belong. And one day I woke up and I realized, I literally woke up and became aware, watched myself making the decisions that I was making that reinforced my decision to stay healthy and to stay in a toxic environment. And I said, nope, nope. I'm going to give myself enough respect, self-respect, that I'm going to be the family, the husband, the mother, the father, the brothers, the sisters that I never had. And I'm going to do it the right way. I'm going to do it with health. I'm going to do it with vitality. I'm going to do it with purity, not vanity, not greed, not toxicity, not neurotoxic, not sugar. Okay. I'm going to do it one with love and the best quality that I can find for myself. That's what I'm going to gift myself because that's what I deserved. I do nothing but help people. And in and of itself, yes, that is a reward. However, my health and my happiness and my pleasure should be a reward too, to me. Okay? So all of these things that I'm going to list for you are in my books. So first thing I'm going to suggest is that if you live in America, get off all grains. And if you want more explanation of that, read Dr. Peter Osborne's book, No Pain, No Grain. If you are somebody who's dealing with back pain, injury pain, whether it's from a car wreck, arthritis, I don't care what your excuse is or your condition or your situation is, read his book. The man is so on. I can't say anything better than what he says. So subscribe to his newsletters. No Pain, No Gain, Dr. Peter Osborne. You will not be sorry. The other one that I'm going to recommend to you is Dr. Wolfson out of Scottsdale, Arizona, the paleo cardiologist. Okay, I think he also, the combination of the two, I think you will have the education in how to stay healthy and alive that you didn't get being conditioned as a child growing up into your teen years and as a young adult who now is sick enough that they have to watch this video. So with that being said, Dr. Wolfson, Dr. Peter Osborne, buy those two books and study them, read them, sign up for their newsletters, sign up for their videos. They're fabulous. And I'm not even going to spell out what they philosophize because they do it so much better than I ever could. So no grains, especially if they're grown in America. Okay, and he's going to explain to you about the fertilizers, the pesticides, and the GMOs that are in those grains. Also, the best gift you can give to yourself immediately is no high fructose corn syrup. Get off that. And you think I'm not kidding? It's pure heroin. Pure. It's ridiculous. And it's in everything. It's in your ketchup. It's in your mustard. It's in everything. It's in your meat. Yeah. Food is canned with it. My beets had high fructose corn syrup in them when I got them on the store shelf. I love beets. I have beets almost every day. Well, I'll grow my own garden now. So no GMO grown foods. One of my favorite little words on a package if I do buy something at a store or if I buy seeds is non-GMO, genetically modified organisms. It means they haven't spliced or mutated or doctored the seed. And even in the Bible, if you live in the Christian belt, you know, God has said don't do that. And so if it's come down on high, and this was given to me when I was in heaven, this information. So please know you are not doing yourself any favors. If you believe that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit and that God can speak through you and perform miracles and be there with you, then get the toxicity out of your body. The Holy Spirit doesn't need to contend with that. What are you doing? Do you not want to be divinely led? Do you not want to have the gift of the Holy Spirit? You're acting like you don't. So, you know, get real with your decision there. Instead of statins, if you have high cholesterol, you might realize that your blood pressure is being raised because your heart is under more and more pressure. All right. And your cholesterol can't be from animal products that you're eating, your butters, your dairies, your heavy fats, because your body style is probably not one that can tolerate that. And so you also, in doing that, develop a deficiency for CoQ10. So get some CoQ10, resist the statins if you can. I've been offered statins many, many times, but I also think for myself that our genetic pattern has a tendency to have just a little higher cholesterol than the medical American standard, and I'm really okay with it. So I would rather have the health that I have without the statins, on CoQ10, and not risk the first side effect as a heart attack, because that's what the statins do. Do your research, look up side effects of statins, and you're going to see, I believe, that you don't like those side effects. So take responsibility and start changing your diet. The best thing you can do for yourself is have a home garden. The best thing you can do. Get rid of, test your soil, till it up, maybe go in together with somebody, grow your own food, can your own food, preserve your own food in a healthy way. And I have classes for that. I teach that for people. Switch your salt, not the white salt, switch it to the pink salt, the Himalayan salt, because it has vitamins and minerals and nutrients and electrolytes in it. That's what your body needs, not this other stuff, because you're depleting yourself. Okay? You don't need preservatives and fertilizers and dyes and petroleum glycol in your body. You don't need that. Your body doesn't have the enzymes to break it down. Your body doesn't have the capability to process those things. Yeah, you might have still had a poop a couple of days ago, but trust me, you're clogging up the pipes in there. And the more you clog up the pipes, so to speak, the sicker you're going to get. Because you think about a house, if you lose your ability to have a bathroom in your house and you lose your ability to flush that toilet, or it overruns or it backs up, the whole house gets shut down. Well, that's what you're doing to your body. So you got to keep your pooping going. You got to keep your pipes clean, but you also have to not put toxicity down them. Okay? So we're not going to do foods that have fertilizers and preservatives and nitrates, sulfates, dyes, and chemicals, propylene glycol on them. We're going to eliminate fluoride in our bodies. The minute I moved into my house, my little dog stopped drinking water. And he happens to be a service dog who can sense blood clots in people's legs, strokes, heart attacks. And if he says to not drink the water, trust me, I'm not drinking the water. So I started doing more research about what was going on and found out that this is not water I want to drink. And I don't want him to drink it either. So bottled water, or do a reverse osmosis and a purifier, higher alkaline water. Some people, some doctors now are offering a rotation between reverse osmosis and distilled water. So you're on one for a while, then you're on the other one for a while. Then you rotate them, but you try to keep your alkaline levels very high on both. So that may take a little math for you to solve, but it's doable. And water is the number one thing you need to stay healthy. Number one, water and a good attitude. Okay. So if you weigh 100 pounds, the suggested amount of water to drink every day is 50 ounces. So it's half your body weight in ounces of pure, high alkaline, either distilled or reversed osmosis that's been purified water every day, every day, every day, every day. If you do nothing else, do that. Okay. Now, no fluoride in the water, reverse osmosis. You're also need to challenge yourself in how you can get off of all narcotics. So the opioid crisis in America has gone off the chain. The prescription drugs, the morphines, all of that, it's off the chain. Those narcotics will shut your body down. Your plumbing will stop working. Your liver will stop working. Your heart will eventually become impaired. So try to find natural ways to deal with pain management and anxiety and tension, panic attacks. I would highly, highly suggest yoga, meditation. It costs you nothing to go out and sit in the park or on your front porch and just meditate. Bring in the light of God. Get a little sunshine, because those rays are changing your DNA. You're upgrading your frequency every time you get a little sun exposure. And I do mean a little sun exposure, because, most toxic bodies will have an adverse reaction to too much sun. So with that being said, limit yourself to maybe 15, 20 minutes a day, 30 if you can handle it and don't burn. But you need to be exposed to the sun. You need to be in it, and you need to feel the warmth of that blessing in your life. That's life force energy. Allow it to come in, and when you have your out breath, release your toxicity. Your out breath is your carbon monoxide. You're releasing all of the toxicity, the dioxide, excuse me. And you are letting go of everything that no longer serves you in your life. Your body's purification system is intact until you abuse it. So you abuse it with narcotics, you abuse it with smoking, drinking, high fructose corn syrup, genetically modified foods, and prescription drugs, and being around toxic people. So if you really want to heal, that's what I suggest. So we're going to reduce all alcohol consumption or eliminate it completely. Most people aren't designed to drink alcohol anyway. And so I know that it helps with the digestive enzymes for food to digest, but you can also do that by just having fresh, raw food. Okay. And a lot of fresh, raw fruits and vegetables, organically grown in your own backyard. You'd be surprised if you start this the beginning of spring, what you're going to be like by the time fall comes. It's going to be fabulous. I want you to increase your essential fatty oil supplements. I like the wild caught salmon, and I only do wild caught. I do at least 1,000 milligrams a day. And I have no pain in my body, and I'm a couple years away from being 70 years old. So I still do yoga every day. I'm still vital. I still run. I still have great orgasms. So with that being said, you can maintain your body for a good long time, but you have to clean it up now. Okay? So monthly, you need to detox. Now, a lot of women have chosen in some spiritual cultures, more spiritual cultures, to detox during the full moon. And that can be a traditionally recognized helpful time, because the body is full, the moon is full, the fluid is more full, and it's easier for a woman to let go. Men, I say, watch for their natural rhythm on when they want to clean. They'll clean out refrigerators, they'll clean out cabinets, they'll clean out the garage, they'll want to take the car for cleaning. That's their natural indicators of their detox time. So that would be the time. And every month, you do 3 colonics, 3, while you juice that 3 days. I do it over a weekend. I start Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday night. So by those 2 days, I have detoxed so much. And whatever I might have picked up or been carrying around emotionally or spiritually with me, I give it to that porcelain god, bless it, release it, and thank it for its journey, its lessons, its gift, and give it back to the universe. So that kind of ritual and behavior and habit is the most profound you can give yourself the gift of. If you don't have good eliminations and detox in your body, you need to compensate somehow. Juicing is one way. Colonics is another. Enemas is another. Um, Supplements is another. But you need to get the poop out. Okay, you can't walk around with toxicity and auto intoxication going on in your body, into your blood, leaking back into your blood, all those heavy metals and neurotoxins, and expect yourself to be healthy. Nobody's body is made to maintain that. And I am absolutely shocked at the number of people who think their body can heal it. Your body was not, your DNA was not downloaded in this century the day you were born. We're talking generations, 7 to 14 generations of DNA in you. You were not designed to carry the load of pesticides and GMOs and fertilizers and high fructose corn syrup and narcotics. Think back 7, 14 generations. What was going on there? That's the level your body was designed under and is operating under today. You are overloading it. It needs a break. It needs a rest. It needs 7, 8 hours of sleep, at least, to let go. It needs you to feel pleasure and happiness and joy and bliss for it to be activated into a happy place. So monthly detox. Now, as far as oral hygiene goes, if you've got root canal issues, which, you know, there's a lot of negative press about root canals and that they lead to cancer, and you might want to Google that and do some research and find for yourself some better oral hygiene, and maybe look into biodentistry and see if you can't find some remedies for toothpaste, number one, that doesn't have fluoride in it. I like the neem oil, and I just think it's a wonderful effect because that protects your heart as well. You know, if you've got bacteria and viruses in your gums and all of that is just seeping constantly into your body, you're not going to be healthy. You need to clean your tongue. If you've got little particles standing up when you stick out your tongue and you've got stuff sticking up back there, you're very, very toxic. So get with the program, start cleaning your tongue, start brushing your teeth with neem oil or something that you like, that you can tolerate. But none of these commercial brands, not the Crest, not the, I don't remember all the names of them, it's been so long, but those are not apropos for getting healthy at all. You're going to need the rest and you're going to need the meditation. So I highly recommend a Vipassana meditation, which is also called mindfulness meditation. And there's a lot. I'm going to have videos listed on my website for that, but there is a lot online about mindfulness meditation and breathing in. And I even like Pima meditation, where she brings Tonglen, where they breathe in the anger and rage and breathe that in and send out love. Breathe in the anger and rage and send out love. I think that's a wonderful alchemy experience in transmuting the energies that you could be surrounded by every day. So with your consciousness and your intention going on that, you're going to find some amazing opportunities to transmute toxicity in your families, in your marriages, in your communities, maybe on the job, in the world. So look into that for yourself and start doing it. Besides your body needing detox, there's two other places that really, really need detoxed. One is your bedroom. The other is your kitchen. So you need to go through your kitchen and empty up every cabinet, clean it out. I use white vinegar for my cleaning and thieves oil from Young Living, and get those things purified in your diet, in your life, that you are the most surrounded by. Those two rooms, you breathe in toxicity, your skin absorbs it. And if you have those two rooms in your house safe, non-toxic, detoxed zones, you're going to have a big leg up. When my students come and do the boot camp with me, we go through how I set my house up, how I uh, get rid of any flour, any sugar, anything that is against my diet. I am a gluten-free, dairy-free, corn-free person. I get all of that out of my house. It's never been in my home since I've lived here. And I show people how to do that. I also show them how to do it if they are still with a partner or another family member that does not comply or go along with that way of living. So bedding needs to be dealt with in a non-toxic way. Find your, what do they call it? Your fresheners, your not fresheners, but the things that are non-toxic for your body. Tide is not it. Um, so look into changing your soaps, your laundry detergent. Your room fresheners need to be just pure essential oils. Room freshener, perfumes, dyes, chemicals, they gotta go. You gotta go. You know, your makeup needs, I don't know if anybody's ever noticed, but I hardly ever wear makeup anymore because, and I mean, when I was young, I did 30 years ago. But after I got aware of the website called EWG.org, environmentalworkinggroup.org. There's a database in there for how to look up the chemicals that you have in your household and the chemicals you have in your skincare line, your cosmetics. I was just shocked. I was so overwhelmed, I couldn't believe it. The amount of poisoning that women are exposed to, oh, oh, don't get me started. I'll faint. But with that being said, clean up your bedroom and clean up your kitchen. Get it to where everything on your checklist is in alignment with that. When I had everything for a long time that had no dairy and no gluten and pretty much no grains in there. And then I realized in a lot of countries that, especially in the United States, the FDA classifies corn as a vegetable, not a grain, but it's a grain, folks. And so I had to go back through my kitchen and get rid of all corn-based ingredients. And I can tell you that within 3 to 5 days of doing that, oh my God, my life was so much better. My joint pain was completely gone, completely gone. I have a little rash in my head sometimes that got worse, and a spot in my ear that was just, lots of inflammation in there. And I tried antibiotics, tried all kinds of things, drops, nothing worked. So it wasn't an infection. It was from corn. So get rid of that and get your kitchen detoxed. Get every bit of it out of there because you do not want to deal with a cross-contamination situation. It is not good for you. It is not good for the world. And if you're missing in action, then there are people who are missing you because you can't show up for them. So it may not be today, but it's coming. So the time to start working on your cholesterol is before it goes out of control. The time to start working on your cardio issues is before it goes downhill and you get old. The time to start working on your hormones and make sure that you have strong hormonal health, thyroid, pancreas, diabetes is out of control. Thank you, corn syrup. And, you know, all of these things, the heavy metals are hormone disruptors. So get those things out of your life. Get that gone. You don't need it. It's not helping you. Then we're going to look at what protein sources, if you're a meat eater, that you do want in your life. And I would say that for myself, I primarily eat fish. I have a little bit of chicken here and there, but it's mostly fish. I'm a salmon eater. I like mahi mahi, sea bass, um, you know, all of the really good quality halibut fish. And that's where I spend my money. I only buy wild caught. Sometimes I do because I live inland. I have to buy frozen. Fresh would be great, you know. So when I go on vacation, I like to go to places, seaports that have the fresh caught fishermen there. And that's just a wonderful treat for me. But fresh caught. Now, a word about red meat, beef, pork, lamb. If you are getting those red meats that are grass fed only, do you hear that word? Only, then you may be able to tolerate it in small amounts. Now, what I mean by tolerate is when you eat something, let's say you're having a T-bone steak tonight, and if it was not grass fed, let's say it was finished with grain, as they mostly do, then your reactions are going to be arthritic, rashes, itching, scratching, coughing, diarrhea, bloating, constipation, joint pain, irregularity. You're going to get a bad temper. The itchy ear thing, because the grain that goes in what they finish the beef, the pork, and the sheep with is still grain. It's passed through their blood supply into their protein, into their muscle, their meat that you're consuming. So you need to go an extra step beyond and take a look at how the red meat protein that you are eating is affecting your health. And it will be affecting your health if you are someone who's getting autoimmune, cardio issues, hormone issues, thyroid, things like that. So with that being said, take a look, you know, hear my suggestion, start now and start eliminating some of those things. Yes, I do feel for the farmers. I feel for the ranchers. I'm not anti-rancher. I grew up on a ranch. I grew up on a beautiful farm in Kansas. And I think if my grandfather understood what I was faced against, he would have done it differently. So there are a lot of people out there now that are raising only their produce, their farm animals on grass-fed. So seek them out, do an internet search for them in your area, and support those people because they understand. And it's becoming more and more prevalent. So I'm not telling people to not eat the beef. I'm not telling them to not have pork, but I am telling them to choose the highest quality and that it's grass-fed. You need to get away from the grains at all cost. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is chicken. I do eat a lot of eggs, but I only buy free range and usually a really high organic grade. I pay a lot of money for my eggs. And I'm good with that because I don't have pain. I don't have to spend extra money for the narcotics. I don't have to spend extra money to get rid of pain and go to the doctor and pay my co-pays and my insurance drive high. I don't have that. So trust me, paying $1 or $2 more is better than giving it to somebody who's going to be dedicated to keep you sick. And I mean, when you jump into the insurance game, the medical insurance game, it's a never ending hole. It's a money pot. It's a money pit to play that game. And so, I'm here to wake you up, get you out of the matrix, and let you actually have your life back. I heard a statement recently about a revolution, and that we're starting a revolution. And I don't think we're starting the revolution. I think we're more I am more outspoken about the revolution that is me. The revolution is going on in me. And so I'm sharing what I do that created the revolution in me, because only 7 years ago, maybe close to 8 now, I was in a wheelchair. I had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. I had been diagnosed with MS. I had gone through a car wreck. I was in a horrible, horrible, horrible place. I ended up having some surgery done, and I didn't know if it was going to work because it was pretty controversial at the time, and I didn't know exactly all the answers. I have a need to know a lot of answers. It's the shadow in me, but I didn't have the answers at that time. I really just took a leap into the void, did the surgery, and set up an assisted living home in case it didn't work. And I had to go into that to go into hospice. So please know that I am someone who comes to you who's been a living miracle. Not only did I receive divine guidance and awareness and instruction and education on how to do this many years ago, but some events in my life happened that revealed another layer of toxicity to remove. And so many of you know that I had my breast implants removed in 2015. And from then on, I've just been a little ball of fire, full of energy, full of vigor and vitality, and downloading all kinds of new information, and nothing's going to stop me. So with that being said, stay away from toxic people, and that includes the narcissist in your family, the pedophiles in your family, the sexual abusers in your family, people who don't want to clean up their addictions. You don't need that in your life. Nobody does. Nobody does. And if you're still tolerating that in your life, you're not going to get healthy, because it's still going to operate up here and it's going to come into your body. So please have the courage, the strength, either to reach out to me or to go directly to your God source, whatever you see that as. For my grandmother, we called it the Great Spirit. And as I grew and aged, I now call God divine love, divine intelligence, my aspect of my greatest divine genius. And I bring that into my body. I let my body house and circulate all those energies, all those frequencies, and I what would you say? I encode it and send it out into the universe. And this video is one of those examples of those creative products that I have done and that I've enjoyed doing, that I've witnessed an amazing amount of success with. So with all that being said, I don't want to take up any more of your time. Bless you, release you, and don't do any more spiritual bypassing. Get on track. Don't do the cognitive dissonance, where you think, oh, it doesn't matter to me. Oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Oh, I'm different. And you think you can handle the narcissist, and you think you can still drink all the excessive alcohol, or you can still get along with corn. No, you can't. It's going to inhibit your health. Now, is it going to do it every day? I don't know. I don't know you. I'm not your doctor, and I'm not going to enroll in that. But I am here to tell you that in this little 45-minute talk, there are 100 or more solutions for what's going on in your life that you can take personal responsibility to fix for yourself. So go be blessed. Go do it. I love you.